Welcome to Wakizashi's Teahouse. Gray's Pick and Mix. Hey, konnichiwa minasan, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse home in Japan. How are you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? I am trying a test stream today because I had some technical issues, shall we say, with StreamYard recently, and it doesn't appear to be working now anymore with me. Keep saying I've got no signal, but anyway, what I'm doing today is I'm going for it on OBS. It's like the old days, doing it all by myself, but that means, unfortunately, I can't show comments, but I will be reading the comments, see if there's anyone watching in the chat. So yeah, do drop a comment, let me know how you're doing, if you're good, and yeah, let's talk some comics. So I'm doing this early this week. I usually do it on my time, it's Monday night, tomorrow night for me, but early Monday morning in America and crazy time in Europe. But today I thought I've got a free Sunday morning and I want to test OBS, see if I can still do it like I used to, ladies. So yeah, it seems to be all right. Let's have a quick look at the page on YouTube. Yeah, looking good. For some reason the quality is very low. I don't know why. Oh yeah, okay. Stream health is good. Connection's right. So what is going on? Yesterday was crazy. It was so weird. I did I think my best stream ever, the funniest stream I've ever done. It was 3 minutes long and the audio was fine, but for some reason the video was like me freezing and then freezing again. So that's how it went. So yeah, what I did is I did a quick reschedule, started another stream 15 minutes later using Restream. And that's the first time I've used that, just of course the free version. Now, I'm probably still going to use StreamYard, but I'm going to use a free version from now on. I've cancelled my my account with them. Just like, I've had enough of the technical issues. So anyway, enough moaning from me, but there will be more streams with people coming on. I'm going to have guests on. It's just going to be, you know, the basic one where you don't get beautiful backgrounds and you can't share very many clips, stuff like that. So, hey, Nosferatu's in the chat. How you doing, Nosferatu? Are you good? Yes, I'm doing this via OBS today. Screw StreamYard, I've had enough of it. So it basically means I'm doing it like, I've got the big control deck here. I'm trying to remember how to stream. It's cool, it's fun. It's like the old days when you used to find me talking about snow country or, you know, Christmas in Japan. Do you remember those days? So let me show you. I've got some physical copies from last week's, or was it the week before, last week's comics. I managed to get a physical of Transformers issue 1. Yes, they were selling it in the Tokyo comic shop that I ordered from. So I ordered it. Great to have a proper physical issue, even though I've already got the digital. I know, crazy, right? But look at that. Great to see this gorgeous art by Daniel Warren Johnson. What do you think? He even has some Transformer wrestling moves in here because he's a huge wrestling fan. Look at this. Look at those. Slap down, is it? Smack down, whatever you call them. Yes, so very happy to get that. And I also got a variant cover issue of the new King Spawn. Say this is from last week again. Look at that. Look at that cover. How amazing is it? Looks amazing. Tell you what, the quality of the Image books, the Spawn books, are so good, and they're still only $2.99. It's unbelievable. Quick look at the art inside. Give you an idea. It's a bit shiny paper, but nice cardstock covers, good quality hard paper. When you compare it to Marvel comics, it's unbelievable. So much better. Do we have a decent things like this? Look at this page. Javi Fernandez, the artist on here. So good with the round panels and blood in the background. Love it. Love it. Not sure about the cover for the next issue though. What do you think? 27. Anyway. And I got one more physical because I love this artist. The comic's not bad. It's the new version of Shazam, issue 4. It's got art by Dan Mora. Let's find a decent page to show. Really cool. Gorgeous art. Look at this, the opening page there. Meet the captain. Captain, my captain. Walt Whitman. Anything else? Oh, there's a cool image of Gorilla. Is it Gorilla Grodd? This one, look at that. Excellent. Looking good. I see you in the chat. Awesome. I'm sorry I can't show it on screen because I'm doing this through OBS. StreamYard is just like pissed me off, so I've had enough of it. Do they have a Kazam comic? Asked Nosferatu. No, they don't. It is Shazam. Yeah, so that was it. There were physical copies. Very happy to get those, even though they're, from a week or so ago. So let's talk about some new comics. Now, to do this, see if I can do it. What I do is I get rid of that. I'm going to go into window capture. What we do is, Grey's going to disappear in a sec. Boom, how's that? I can actually make myself small. Ladies, and put me in the corner. Nobody puts Grey in the corner. How's that? Is that looking good? Okay, so from last week's comics, we had Amazing Spider-Man issue 35. $4.99 now, Spider-Man. $4.99 twice a month. So you're paying $10 if you want to be buying it, collecting it. Crazy, right? If you've not seen my review, here's a quick summary. I actually wrote one as well. I wrote a mini review on League of Comic Book Geeks. Basically, ASM 35 is an action-packed issue with a lot crammed into it. After a very brief setup for the upcoming Gang War story arc, we finally get the showdown between Spider-Man, Kraven Part 2, Kraven Mark II, Queen Goblin, MJ, Paul, and Norman Osborn. That's a lot of people, a lot of characters. It will satisfy some readers, but leave others feeling cheated. Hey, you ever get the feeling you've been cheated? And disappointed. Patrick Gleason's art is not as good as it can be, no doubt due to the bi-weekly, which means twice a month, every 2 weeks it comes out, the bi-weekly publishing schedule. Even more disappointing is the fact that ASM is now a $4.99 comic book. Can you believe it? It's unbelievable. What do you think of this cover, by the way? I'm not too keen on the cover here. Let's just move Grey up here. There we go. How's that? Oh, look, I changed. This is the main cover by John Romita Jr. and it could be an amazing cover. It could be a really striking image, but he's got so much of the Spider-Man Goblin in shadow, in silhouette, that kind of, I think it loses it. And look at the webbing. The webbing behind him just looks so scratchy and, last minute. But hey, maybe it's me being too critical. Forget about Disney variants. This variant is decent. The Patrick Gleason one, I did like that. And I'm not sure about this very mannish looking image of Mary Jane. Look at that. What's going on with that? Look at the face. I'm not talking about the muscles. It's the face. Dearie me. And there was one more. They had a really cool Elena Casagrande Halloween rotting zombie Spider-Man cover, which has got nothing to do with the story, but it's a pretty cool cover anyway. Oh God, look at those little spiders coming out of his mouth. Mamma mia, that's scary. So yeah, what did you think? Are you reading Spider-Man? Are you still interested in it? Is anybody? I don't know. Okay, so what else was out last week? Let's have a look. See what Nosferatu is saying. More like Harry Jane in that drawing. I know! Mary Jane, Harry Jane, Scary Jane. Crazy. Captain Marvel, says awesome one. Shazam used to be Captain Marvel indeed before. Why did they change that name? Is that because of probably because of Marvel Comics? And maybe, I don't know don't know the full story behind that. So, top row, I didn't really read anything else. I've heard that Green Lantern was good. Green Lantern issue 4, it's got Flash in it as well. Batman and Robin issue 2, I heard it was a bit of a mess. World's Finest, Teen Titans, not so good. Let's go to the second row. Now, another comic I did review is here. Batman, City of Madness. If you haven't seen my review, give you a quick summary. Did I write one for this? Oh, I did. Here it is. And it's been getting a bit of, what's the word? People don't seem to be enjoying it that much on the review pages in, League of Comic Book Geeks. I don't understand the harsh criticism for this book. Some reviewers are complaining that it's all surface and no depth. Yes, the art is excellent, but it's not just about the art. Christian Ward, the writer-artist, he might touch on some well-used Batman tropes, but at least he brings something new to the Batman universe. I'm a sucker for some cosmic horror. I don't know about you. And the Gotham Below idea is intriguing. I also really like Ward's take on Harvey Dent, Two-Face. It's one of the most interesting interpretations of the character I've seen in a long while. And I'm always happy to have some good Alfred moments. Let's see how it develops. Yeah, pretty cool cover as well. What do you think? Now, they did bring the Court of Owls into this. They play a part. There's a brief glimpse of Azrael. He's in this. As I said, there's Two-Face. You get Alfred because it's an Elseworlds title. So Alfred's back and he's alive, and it's good. It's good to have him back, in my opinion. But what else? Yeah, it's a good story. I thought it was cool. And the art is excellent. The art looks gorgeous. Very nice. Nice Bill Sienkiewicz variant cover there. Look at that. The only thing I thought was a bit weird, a bit disappointing, was the image of there's like a Batman released from below he's got kind of tentacles coming out of his face. It's you don't get a proper look at him, but it's a bit like a Cthulhu version of Batman. It's a bit strange. Yeah, see how it goes. There we go. You get an idea of it on this. The Martin Simmons variant. Great cover, by the way. There, look at that. A freaky weird Batman with tentacles. Hey, good to see you again. Zombie Box Reviews in the chat. As I say, guys, sorry I can't highlight comments because I'm on OBS. StreamYards is no more for Gray. I will be using the free plan, but I'm not paying for it anymore. It's too many technical problems with it. And what else are we saying? Yeah, hey, great to see you watching. I can't believe there's 3 people watching. That's amazing. I thought there'd be nobody here because, as I say, I'm doing this as a bit of a test. There we go. There's another look at the Batman from below. What do you think? I like the colours. This is a Christian Ward, the main writer-artist variant. Pretty cool, but I don't know, something about it just looks a bit weird. It's like, oh, Call of Batman, Call of Cthulhu. Anyway, let's get back to new comics. Yes, so what else was out? Did you guys read anything good? Did you see anything that I might have missed? Scroll down, we had Blade. Issue 4, which was disappointing. Excuse me. I did do a review of that with Weird Science Jim. I don't know if it's on YouTube yet or it's just on his Patreon, but he usually drops the reviews on YouTube as well. Disappointing for Blade. It's a shame because it was going well. Now, that's been written by Brian Hill. It's got art by Valentina Pinti. But the art was looked rushed again. I don't know, it feels like they're kind of rushing it to the end. What we've heard is the next issue is going to be the final issue, so I don't know if it was planned to be a limited, a mini-series. They didn't say that from the start. It seemed to be ongoing. As it says there, issue 4, legacy number 32. That's right, only 32 issues of Blade over the years. But yeah, bit rushed. Doctor Strange was in it looking a bit strange. Haha. And the fight scene was okay, but it just felt like they were rushing it to the end, and then the next issue is going to be the end, the final issue. What a shame, because it was going well. Ooh, tiny covers. Yeah. Anyway, Blade was okay. Wasn't amazing. Let's go down. Sandman, Wesley Dodd's The Sandman, issue 1. I was looking forward to this. Honest review is it was a bit boring, not very exciting, unfortunately. It's the Golden Age Sandman. That's why I was kind of intrigued by it. And it's got art by the rather, not controversial, what's the word, very divisive Riley Rossmo, who can be good in an indie style, but for his Tim Drake Robin series, it was making people go crazy. He seems to draw characters weird, like they're always like kind of floating in the air. They've got twinkle toes. The feet are like just like V's. Really strange. And the way he draws his faces sometimes is weird. But anyway, sorry, I need to do a big, what do you call it? I need to do a big cough, so I'm going to mute my mic for a sec. There we go, back. Oh my goodness. And I didn't have a drink last night. I was very good. I was a good boy. I'm still off the alcohol. Doing well. Surviving on coffee and kocha, English tea. So Wesley Dodd's Sandman was a disappointment, I'm sorry to say. Yeah, it was a bit boring, a bit dull. Not a lot happened in the issue. What else do we have? scroll down to The Scorched, issue 22. I haven't been reading Scorched recently. It's still Sean Lewis as far as I know. He's on the title. But I think Todd McFarlane is going to be taking over on that. He's already taken over Gunslinger and, well, he was already writing Gunslinger. He's taken over on King Spawn. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because I was enjoying Sean Lewis's run on King Spawn. But that seems to have come to an end. Let's go down a little bit more. Got some indie comics here. I didn't check out any of these. There's one more I want to show you. Here we go. Creepshow, issue 2. Now, I did grab this because it's got a story by Dan Waters in here. Dan Waters, more famous for Homesick Pilots, Arkham City. So yeah, should we show you a little bit of a preview of this issue? I've got it on here. Let's see. Is that showing? Is that changed? Yes, it has. So this is the Dan Waters story, and it was quite freaky. It did kind of scare me. Let's just make Grey a little bit smaller there. Shall we go up into the middle? Yes, let's do that. Okay. Not that sold on the art style, but for an indie art, it's pretty good. But he has a story here called Keep It Down. We get the Creepshow ghoul or the zombie opening up the story like he does with every story. Have you ever had trouble sleeping? Hey, Leia Rose, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I see you in the comments. I've got it on here on YouTube because my phone, because unfortunately I'm on OBS now. Can't highlight comments. Have you ever had trouble sleeping? Amy hasn't. Her grandmother always said she slept the sleep of the dead and snored loud enough to wake them. Let's make that a bit bigger. There we go. Unfortunately, Amy's about to learn just how true that is in a bedtime story I call Keep It Down. It's a pretty cool story. So basically, Amy starts to see ghosts like Sixth Sense. She can see and hear ghosts. The ghosts come to her and they're keeping her company. She can't stop hearing them. This is the problem. It starts off as quite interesting, but imagine that. If you've got ghosts near you, talking to you, surrounded by them all day, every day, it will get a little bit annoying, won't it? Well, not a little bit. It will get very annoying. As you can see, Amy is starting to lose it. She wants to shut them out, so she tries putting cotton buds in her ear or cotton balls. She tries headphones. She tries music. The voices, they do not stop. Spoilers, yeah, I'm going to go through this. It's horrible what happens. Can you guess what happens? So she's like, no more, I've had enough. I'm going to take extreme measures. And she starts to cut off her ear. It's like, Jesus, what are you doing? That's not going to work, is it? Cutting off your ear. So then she goes down and it gets worse. Cuts off her ear. And then she takes the scissors and, oh my God, it made me like, ugh. The pain was a small price to pay for the silence. So she's cut off her ear. She's stabbed herself. She's broken her ear canal. Now she can no longer hear the ghosts. And we've got the ghost here saying, God, the girl really does have a pair of lungs on her as she's snoring away in the background. Hey, Zax, good to see you. How you doing, man? It's too late. We didn't want to scare her. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this, that there was a beast in the dark sleeping. If she can hear the beast, it can probably hear her. So what happens is she wakes up the beast now with a huge noisy snoring, but she can't hear the beast's approach. I'm getting kind of Tim Curry Legend flashbacks with the beast here. The beast comes down the stairs, breaks into her room. Alas, she doesn't hear it approach. And what does the beast say? It's like, it can't sleep for all the goddamn snoring. And the beast eats her. Well, it's probably for the best. And that's it. That's how the issue ends. She becomes a ghost. And now she can't stop hearing the ghost because she is one. No! Poor Amy. In the end, her pleas for quiet really did fall on deaf ears. Very cool. Very, very cool. It's a good story. Yeah, but it kind of, oh man, that made me go, ugh. That bit where she stabbed herself in the ear. Anyway, let's get back to you guys in the chat. Here we go. Stop sharing the comics. Window capture. Let's make Grey bigger, ladies. Do you want to see a big Grey? No, what are you doing, Graham? Don't do it. I'm doing it. And transition. There we go. this is it. This is OBS. You can do it all in like real time. It's cool, but as I say, unfortunately, I cannot highlight comments. But I think there might be a way to have the comments on the screen. If you know how to do that, do let me know. Let me give a quick shout out to the Nerdporeal Lifeform. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Nerdporeal Lifeform gifted 1 Wakizashi Teahouse membership. You star. Leia Rose is now a member. Thank you. And hey, Kili Chow's in the chat. Good to see you. No way people tuning in for a random early live stream from Gray. As I say, this is normally my Monday morning show, but I wanted to reschedule it to today because I wanted to try this out on stream on OBS and see how it works. Is it working? Everything okay? Thank goodness for that. Well, yeah. All right, let's have a look at the studio. So yeah, that's brilliant. With OBS and with YouTube, you can actually pop out the chat from YouTube and put it on OBS, but you can't have it on camera for some reason. It doesn't come on the screen if I add it to it, so that's a shame, as far as I know. Good to see you too. We have the Netter in the chat too. Yesterday, CB, the editor-chief of Marvel, got booed at the Amazing Spider-Man panel. Really? Did he? Oh my goodness. Ah, that's interesting, because of the Tony marriage and the OMD One More Day reason. What's he called? Is it CB Cebulski, who used to go under a pen name with a Japanese name, wasn't it? And he got found out. He was apparently writing comics as under a pseudonym with a Japanese name, and he almost got cancelled for it. But no, he's still the big editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics. Very interesting. That's cool. Great to see. I can't believe people watching. This is great. Very happy about that. I didn't think anyone would be here because, this is Saturday night. It's Saturday night. It's the most busiest night, isn't it, on YouTube? Wow, what's going on here? Fantastic. Ah, I see. Interesting. So, what's going on with you guys out there? Anything exciting? Did you have a good Friday the 13th? Are you having a nice Saturday the 14th? That's what I want to know. I watched a movie last night on a recommendation from Nosferatu the Vampire. It was a pretty scary, weird, dark, gritty movie, but it was really well shot. It was called Vice Squad. Has anybody heard of Vice Squad? Let's see if I can find a poster for it to share. Vice Squad, 1982 film. Directed by Gary Sherman. Distributed by Embassy Pictures. Yeah, man, this is a crazy movie. Let me see if I can find something. Here we go. Put it on IMDb. Maybe we'll get the poster of it. I can share that. Yes. Okay, just bear with me while I do this. Making this up as it goes along. Graham, window capture. Okay, let's get rid of grey. Oops, make myself small. Here it is. So here's Vice Squad. It's got amazing performance by somebody called Wings Hauser. Wings Hauser, who also sings the opening theme. It's like a weird song, something about sleaze in the city or something. But this movie's got a great look to it. It's dark as heck. It's gritty. It's about the Vice Squad. It's about prostitution in New York. And I think it was shot in the very early 80s, so 1980 or 81. So it's a great time capsule of how New York looked back then. Really, really cool. But it's not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of violence in this movie. As I say, a manic, crazed performance by Wings Hauser, who I'd never even heard of. And Nosferatu was like threatening to come over to Japan and beat me up for not for having heard of him and not for having watched it. Where is he? Wings Hauser. He plays a character called Ramrod. It's unbelievable. There we go. It says here he's an actor, director, writer as well. Interesting. Yeah. What else has he been in? So he's known for Vice Squad. Oh, he was in The Insider as a tobacco lawyer from 1999. Interesting. But yeah, it's a crazy movie. It's worth watching just for his performance alone, but also for the look, the look of New York City in the early 80s. Excellent stuff. I'm not going to play the trailer, sorry. If you click on that movie poster, you can tell by the poster, can't you? Oh, it just looks dark and dangerous and gritty. But yeah, it's a recommend from me via Nosferatu. So do check that out if you're up for, not like Taxi Driver, but that kind of same kind of feeling, you know, the dark, dirty, gritty urban streets of New York. Good stuff. That was cool. Okay, let's get back. Close that. So yesterday with my weird 3-minute stream and then restarted, I was talking about Friday the 13th movies, and I was going to watch part 2 last night, but I didn't get to it. It's Nosferatu's fault making me watch Vice Squad. There we go. Yeah, you need to see this, Nerdporial. It's really, really good movie. Much better than I thought. I thought it was just going to be kind of a cheap, schlocky exploitation film, but it wasn't. I don't know who was behind the camera, but it's really well. I say it looks awesome. It's really well shot. Crazy performance, some cracking lines. You've got Nosferatu saying, 500 don't get you no El Dorado, baby. There's so many lines in here. Yeah, Ramrod is a menace. Totally. Wings Hauser is a legend, says Zax. I say I had no idea. Look, it's great. It's opened up a whole new world to me. Vice Squad, Zombie Box, check it out if you can find a copy. It was on Amazon Prime, had to rent it out, but yeah, very cool. And going back to the talk before from CB Sabulski, yes, the Neta says Akira Yoshida sensei isn't kind like most Japanese people. He got defensive yesterday. So he was writing under the pen name of Akira Yoshida, eh? No way. That's crazy. When Ramrod hits a prostitute with a stool and throws it at the cops, it makes me laugh every time. It's a crazy scene, isn't it, where it looks like he's finally going to be caught, he's going to be arrested. He's surrounded by quite a few cops. They've all got guns pulled on him. He manages to break free from one of them. He grabs the prostitute who they've come to save and rescue, and he hits her. I shouldn't be laughing. He hits her, smacks her in the face with his stool. It's like he's hitting the prostitute with it, and then he throws the stool at the cops. Just like dives at them. It's a crazy performance. Yeah, eye-opening. I can't believe I'd never heard of it until now. So nice one for that, Nosferatu. Sin City, Neta. Yes, I have watched Sin City. Yes, I prefer the first movie to the second, but they both look amazing. They are gorgeous, aren't they? Definitely check those out. So where were we? This is going to be a little bit Wakizashi waffle, isn't it? All over the place. But it's supposed to be a comic show. So for next week's Gray's recommendations. Let's see. What do I recommend for next week? There we go. There's not that much coming out. In the first row we have, if you're a fan, there's Nightwing is the most pulled issue from League of Comic Geeks for next week. Also there's Batman Superman World's Finest coming out, issue 20, looking good. I'll probably check that out. I will be buying and reading Superman issue 7. But, and this is a big but everybody, it's $5.99 because it's an oversized issue. Apparently it's legacy number 850. It's supposed to be 48 pages, so that means with ads it'll probably be about 40. An oversized anniversary issue celebrating the Man of Steel and his legacy. A special oversized issue. Since the start of Superman issue 1, the dawn of DC, a mystery has been brewing in Metropolis. Now that mystery's secrets are unleashed with startling revolutions that set up a massive story in 2024. The Chained continues as Superman battles against an overpowered new menace who wants to destroy Metropolis. Superman must decide if he's willing to follow Lex's tragic orders to take the Chain down, and Lex Luthor is visited by a blast from his past. There we go. Written by Joshua Williamson. It's got art by Gleb Melnikov. Also, Edwin Galmon is referenced there. And Dan Jurgens as penciler. Norm Rapmund as an inker. What do you think of the cover? This is the main cover. Nice cheesy smile by Soups there. A big focus on his back for some reason. But at least you can see the cape. There's a weird variant by Lee Bermejo. What do you think of that one? He's got a very particular style. I did like his Batman Damned Black Label miniseries, the way he drew Constantine was good. We've got a Frank Cho cardstock variant. Truth, Justice, and a Better Tomorrow. What? What's happened to the American way? Truth, Justice, and the American way, Soups. Come on, guys. What are you doing? With an American eagle there. Not sure about that cover. There's a David Nakayama cardstock variant. Super there. I like his chin. That's a pretty cool square jaw there, isn't it? Look at that. Also, David Nakayama signs his art DNA. Come on. That's pretty dope. Then we have a David Finch cardstock variant. Pretty mean-looking evil Superman there, is it? There's a Greg Capullo cardstock variant too. I bet that'll be hard to get. That's pretty nice. Yes. It says Greg Capullo and Jonathan Glapion. We also have a Jim Lee Icon Series Superman foil variant. That means you have to probably buy 2 million to get one of these. Nice image though, gotta say. Jim Lee might suck as a running DC Comics, but he can still draw a good character. Gerald Parrell cardstock. Geez, how many are there? This is a 1 in 25. There's a Chris Samney 1 in 50. So that means your comic shop's got to buy 50 copies of the regular issue to get one of these. Imagine how much they're going to charge for it. And there's a black and white version of the Greg Capullo one. That's a 1 in 100. This is ridiculous, isn't it? There's 10 variant covers there. Where's in the panel on Thinking Critical last night for me, Saturday morning for you guys, they were talking about it, and the variant cover's just gone insane, and they were actually referencing Transformers. Transformers was very naughty. I think it had 27 variant covers for that. Crazy, right? Anyway, let's go back. What else is out next week? We have, if you're reading it, The Incredible Hulk issue 5. That's been decent. That's been one of the only Marvel comics that's good at the moment, but it's focused on a kind of horror version of Incredible Hulk. I'm getting kind of Hellboy, BPRD vibes from it, but it's good, it's decent. You've got Philip Kennedy Johnson writing that, who's always worth a read, and it says, yeah, that's right, they've changed the artist, haven't they? I think it was Mike Perkins, but now it's Travel Foreman. It's a very different style. It's not bad, it's just not as good as it was. The Swamp Siren revealed. This is a synopsis. Hulk tracks down the beauty that has been luring man and monster alike to their dooms. An epic brawl breaks out between the Jade Giant, Man-Thing, and the true face of the Swamp Siren. But even the Jade Giant is not immune to her song. Plus, it has a backup story, no way, featuring a surprise guest character to honour Latin and Latinx. I hate that. Latino characters and creators. Okay, so they've upped the price. I didn't even notice. $4.99 instead of $3.99. I'm sure it was $3.99 before with just the main story. Why do they add these these backup stories that no one really wants? Does anybody know? I don't. It's ridiculous, as my old mum used to say. Ridiculous, Nicholas. Zax is enjoying Gen V. Not sure what to think about Fall of the House of Usher. Fall of the House of Usher, I say maybe I was a bit hasty, but I started watching after 30 minutes of episode 1, and I was really looking forward to it. I just got sick of the over-the-top diversity with a completely, skewed focus on sexuality rather than, different races, which is nothing wrong with that. It's just crazy. Like, oh, why everyone's gay, bi, and lesbian in this? Okay, fair enough. The new Godzilla TV series trailer, Zombie Box. I've not seen it yet, but I've been hearing good things about it. Does it look good? I will check it out. It's called Monarch, yeah, and it stars Kurt Russell. If Kurt Russell's in it, mate, I'm sold. Yeah, me too. That sounds awesome. Gen V, if you're not watching it, guys and girls out there, do give it a shot. Just get through the first episode and remember that the kind of wokeness is, I think it's satirical. I do, unless it's totally going over my head and I'm missing out on it, because the diverse characters, they're all flawed. They've all got problems. They've all got skeletons in the closet. There's no out and out decent, great, better than everybody Mary Sue's in it. Some of the fight scenes are great. It's a bit rude, it's a bit sexy, it's daft, it's funny, and it has a lot to say about corporations, giant, mega corporations controlling everything, controlling the narrative, which did surprise me. There we go, that's my stream of consciousness pitch for Gen V. Okay, we also have the new issue of Ghost Rider, which I've got into. I'm going to be checking that out. That's the other Marvel comic that's pretty decent, apart from Blade, which is unfortunately finishing. Daredevil issue 2 seems to, for some reason, have suddenly become very controversial. It was getting, claims of anti-Semitism. Don't want to really say that word because I'm sure it gets flagged if you say it on YouTube, but it's crazy. They had a character, a kind of demonic character who might be one of the 7 deadly sins in the first issue. And I think about 2 weeks or even more after the issue had dropped, I don't even know who it was, somebody started saying, oh, this is, against the Jewish people. What? Just for a picture. It's supposed to be a demon. I had no idea what that was about. I'm not sure yet about the story. It's Saladin Ahmed who's writing it. Aaron Kuda's art is a little bit hard to get used to after Marco. I think it's Marco Cicchetto, but I've been told it's Cicchetto. He's great art on Daredevil before. So, corruption is tearing Hell's Kitchen apart. Those who've sworn to protect the city have betrayed their oaths. And Matt Murdock is seeking righteous retribution. One Billy Club to the face at a time. Billy Club. Wow, that takes me back. Daredevil's losing allies left and right. So what does that mean for the love of his life? Elektra. Love of my life. Its legacy number? 664. Hey, so we got 2 more issues to get to 666 for Daredevil. That'll be interesting. Yeah, see how that goes. Let me know in the chat if you did read issue 1 and what you thought of it. Mark McGrath, great to see you, mate. Thanks for dropping in. Zombie Box Reviews, it is daft, isn't it? People can find whatever they're looking for, can't they? If they look hard enough, they can find anything in anything these days. It's complete nonsense. Why would an image of a demon be thought to be anti-Semitic? No idea. Ridiculous. That reminds me of, was it episode 1 of the Phantom Menace Star Wars and Watto? Remember Watto? Shouldn't laugh, but that was getting a bit of grief, or maybe it came later, wasn't it? That's naughty, that's portraying a certain race of people in a negative light. What? It's a science fantasy fictional character. What are you talking about? Use some common sense. Craziness abounds. Okay, let's go back. So Daredevil issue 2 comes out. Let's see if that controversy continues. We also have Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Now, Zombie Box, you were just talking about the new Godzilla series. Are you interested in this? Does it excite you? I don't even know what to think about this. It's an Elseworlds thing, of course. It's $4.99, so it's a bit pricey, but it's supposedly 40 pages, so it's a bigger issue than a regular issue. Written by Brian Buccellato, if I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know him. Art by Christian Duce. Jesus. All these names that Gray can't pronounce. Colours by Luis Guerrero. My God, I'm having a nightmare. It is supposedly the cataclysmic crossover event of the year. Is here. The DC Universe clashes with Legendary's Monsterverse in Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. How many verses is that? Clark Kent is enjoying a night off with a very important dinner planned with his girlfriend, Lois Lane, when the entire city shudders under the weight of the monstrous Godzilla, who emerges from the bay. What started as a routine clash between the Justice League and the Legion of Doom takes a dangerous turn when the wall between worlds is breached. Wall between worlds, world between worlds, Jesus. With Godzilla, Kong and the Monsterverse emerging on DC's Earth. What ensues will be a brawl of unprecedented scale and destruction. From acclaimed writer Brian Buccellato, Injustice. Okay, did he write for Injustice? Best-selling artist of Christian Duce, Batman Fortnite 0 Point. Never read it, so I don't know. Yeah, it might be worth a look, Zombie. What do you think? I've seen some preview pages and the art does look decent. The art looks pretty fun. Let's have a look at the variant covers. Oh, look at that one. There's a Jim Lee variant. That is pretty cool, but again, I'm sure it's very, very pricey. Wow. Let's go back. What else do we have? A Francesco Mattina. The Mattina cover. Certainly colourful. Not sure about that one. Nosferatu was saying that Watto is easily the best Star Wars character. Do you reckon? I knew you'd like him. A blank stock variant, so you can take that to a convention in the future. You know, get your favourite artist to draw something on it. We also have a Raphael Albuquerque variant cover there. That's pretty cool. We've got Godzilla, Kong, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. There's a Christian Duce Godzilla variant with art by, Christian Duce. A Battle Roar sound effects variant cover. Really? Does it make a sound if you shake it? Hear him rock. Also, a Battle Roar sound effects Kong variant. I'm not sure about those. This one, there's a Dan Mora. I wish Dan Mora was drawing it, but he's not. That's pretty cool. Typical Dan Mora style. I like his version of Godzilla. And an Alan Quah 1 in 50. So that's going to be hard to get. Very detailed. Look at that one. What do you think? Jesus, how many are there? Is it 10? And then there's a black and white version of the Jim Lee variant. Okay, back to the normal one. I'm not that keen on the main cover, so yeah. If I was going to buy a physical, I would go for one of those variants if I could get one. Probably the Jim Lee one. Because I think that's just the cardstock, which means you got to pay $1 more for it, as far as I know. So that would be $5.99. But yeah, looking interesting. Interesting. Tempting. Temptation. Let me scroll down to the one that I'm most looking forward to. I know I'm kind of skipping a few things here, but here we go. This is the one for next week. Definitely getting this. Big Game issue 4 comes out. My God. I've got a confession to make as well. I might have actually seen a preview review copy of this, and I've got to say it's fantastic. It's really, really good. It's issue 4 of 5. 4 of 5. There's only one more issue to go after this. Oh my God. It's $4.99, but it's worth it. The art is stunning by Pepe Larraz. Mark Miller is having the time of his life writing this, I think. It's so much fun. We see characters that I didn't know. If you know of, ever read Mark Miller's, is it Empress miniseries? I think it was published from one of Marvel's old labels or something. I don't know the characters, but they play a part in this issue. If you read last issue, you saw that Hit Girl went back in time to the time of the dinosaurs. But she's very surprised to meet, I say no spoilers here, to meet some people at that time, like 60 million years BC or something ridiculous. Great dinosaur action as well. But yeah, good to see Hit Girl in here and some of the characters that I don't know, but I really enjoy reading it. So I went into this with no knowledge of the characters that feature. I really enjoyed it. Totally followed the story. So yeah, and it has a huge cliffhanger ending. So looking forward to issue 5, which I've heard is going to be like a oversized, pricey, but an oversized final issue. So you're getting more bang for your buck. What do you think of this variant by Matteo Scalera? I do like his style. He did King of Spies, which is amazing, by the way. If you only pick up one Mark Miller recent miniseries, do pick up King of Spies. Great story about a retired James Bond style secret agent who comes back and takes out the real bad guys and girls, the real villains of the world. You know, we're not talking about Blofeld, we're talking about governments and the people who run the governments. There we go. But this has got nothing to do with the issue of Big Game. I just thought it was quite interesting. Yeah, very excited for that. Very, very excited. So let's get back to you. Anybody still here? Dwayne, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Yes, I'm talking comics. It's a bit early. I'm rescheduled from Monday, my Monday morning show, because I wanted to see if I can do this on OBS, because I'm out with StreamYard. I've cancelled my account, so I'm not paying for it anymore. Sick of the technical issues with it. It's ridiculous. So There we go. The only problem is, as I say, I can't highlight comments unless I find a way to do that. I'm sure there's a way. You can have comments showing on screen at least with OBS. So yeah, what are you looking forward to next week? Are you looking forward to big game? You must be, right? What else is there? There's nothing else really jumping out. I'm just going right down here, scrolling down to near the bottom in case I missed something. Nope. To say, for the main titles, there's a spine-tingling Spider-Man, which sounds quite interesting, but from what I've heard, it's reprints, I think, or it might be a new series. Excuse me, I'm gonna cough. Where are we? Just let me mute me mic. Tea's making me cough. What's going on? Kochar Grey. Ridiculous. So we have Spine-Tingling Spider-Man. I think there was a preview issue, yeah. There was maybe a 0 issue, and it was reprinting those Marvel Unlimited, what are they called? Infinity Comics, where they have like it going down your phone. It's a long, one long like scroll of a comic book. They're a bit weird. They only really work on your phone or a tablet. But this looks like it might be a new series. It's being written by Saladin Ahmed again, who's doing Daredevil at the moment, so I'm not sure. I don't really know his work. I've only read that one issue of Daredevil so far, and it was okay, it was fine. After a fight with Spider-Side, Spider-Man gets taken on the most frightening ride of his life as he finds himself in the most terrifying haunted house possible. So this is like especially for Halloween, isn't it? Who took Peter's powers? Poor Peter Parker. Who took Peter's friends and family? Who stands the best chance at taking Spider-Man down permanently? That is the question. And the cover says it's the scariest Marvel book ever. Really? Scarier than America Chavez? Juan Ferreira, Virgin variant. I do like that variant cover. Look at the background. Look at those those kind of weird looking Spidey aliens webbing up the whole city. How cool does that look? There's a Lucio Parillo variant here. Very strange looking Spider-Man, I've got to say. Who's this? Rod Rice. Rod Rice variant. Peter Parker Spider-Man being attacked by a bus conductor with an axe, is it? Or a hammer? What's going on there? A theatre conductor? And there's a Scotty Young weird variant as well. I'm not sure about those. I'm not a big fan of Scotty Young when he does like the cute younger versions of the characters. So yeah, will you be picking it up? Anybody interested in spine-tingling Spider-Man? Especially for Halloween? Could be fun. One more thing I wanted to shout out because there's a new series of Flash starting. It's a Jay Garrick Flash being written by Jeremy Adams, who we know had a really good run on Flash, and it got cancelled unfortunately because even though it was started selling well, it wasn't selling enough before they hit the cancellation button. So that was a shame. This does sound good. It looks good. If it's fun like his old run was, I'm going to try this out. It's only $3.99 as well. Very rare for an issue 1 from DC. I don't know much about the character. It says Jay and his long-lost daughter race side by side in the present day. Spinning out of the events of Stargirl, The Lost Children, and Justice Society of America, Jay Garrick is reunited with his long-lost daughter, Judy. After being pulled from the timeline, Judy returns to a world where she and her dad aren't the only ones that ride the lightning. But is there enough space for her in Jay and Joan's life? And can they keep up with their teenage daughter and make up for lost time? Yeah, looking good. What do you reckon? Jeremy Adams, the art's by Diego Olotegui. Don't know. Pretty nice cover there. What's the variants like? Let's have a quick look. We have a variant by Francis Manapul. That's pretty cool. I do like that one. And there's a Serge Acuna variant. One more. Oh no, that's the main one. Okay, so it's Jorge Corona doing the main one. But that's a Virgin variant without the text, of course. The title on it. Yeah, very tempted. I wonder if Dwayne's going to go for that one. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Yeah, boo to StreamYard. I say I'm still going to use it for doing like having guests on. You can't have guests on OBS, that's a problem. But I'm just going to use the free version from now on. Forget it. Why keep paying for a service that lets you down? ZombieMox says, I'm not much of a comic book guy, but I enjoy watching you cover this with such passion and enthusiasm. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that's why my videos don't do very well generally, because I'm too positive, I think, for YouTube. But at least I've got passion. If I was screaming and shouting and cursing at everything, I'd probably, get a lot more subscribers and a lot more views. But that would be against my honest self, my principles. We have. Oh, this is a difficult question from Nosferatu. Gray, in your opinion, what's the best comic series you've ever read? Good grief. Now that is a difficult question. Let me just get rid of the background screen here. Let's make Gray bigger and badder and bloodier for Halloween. There we go. Damn, best comic book series ever. Jesus, I'm going to have to think about that and get back to you, Nosferatu. Mamma mia. Salty, how you doing, mate? How you doing? Are you good? Are you Genki? Thank you so much for the beautiful, cute Shiba. Oh my God, Shiba Inu. My hero, $2.99 super sticker. Salty, you star. I love you. Thank you so much. I don't have clips prepared, I'm afraid, to show, but I would play a clip of something ridiculous, probably with Dale and I, to piss you off. Dwayne's saying he'll give Jay Garrick and his kid a shot. Yeah, I think it could be good there, Dwayne. Let's see. We'll see how it goes. We're coming up to the hour mark, so I will be wrapping things up. But let me say a huge thank you to everybody who tuned in, for all your support, for all your fantastic comments in the chat. Yeah, the views, I really appreciate it, guys. I say I'm so disappointed about StreamYard. I did have quite a good deal with that, but I'm not going to pay for something that keeps, letting me down. That's it. Yeah, what am I going to do? Just have to do it by myself in future. Salty, if you're still there, I did try Restream. Did a rescheduled Restream and the free version, of course, and it was okay. It worked fine, but the quality wasn't as good as StreamYard, I thought. The picture quality wasn't as good. Audio was okay. For me, the audio sounded good in the studio, but when I rewatched the video to check it, because I had an Erporial on through his phone, and even though he had headphones, there was like a bit of background noise. It was a bit weird, but that wasn't coming through on Restream. He sounded fine. It was weird. Anyway, don't want to listen to me complaining, do you? What are we going to do? How should we finish things? Cheers. Cheers so much for that, Salty, you star. Zax, all the members out there, thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. It's amazing. You guys help me to buy these comic books, to keep reviewing them. And yeah, you keep the lights on, as everyone always says, I know. But the support means everything to me. It makes me feel like I'm doing something that's worth looking at, or worth watching, worth listening to. Nonsense, eh? And I will probably go back to the regular schedule with this. I'll probably have it on the Monday, crazy early Monday mornings, because I don't think it's a good idea to do 2 streams 2 days running. I'll be back with the Wakizashi waffles next Friday night. Might do a movie review. I'm definitely going to do one for Halloween. And let me know if you want to join, if you're interested. I'm going to do the original Kolchak, the Night Stalker, the very first movie before the series, before it started. There was a Night Stalker. It's called the Night Stalker, and it's available for free on YouTube. If you go to the Creature Features YouTube page, they've got it. You can watch it for free there. The only problem is you do get their kind of commentary, at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. It does get a bit interrupted, but hey, you can see it for free. So yeah, if you fancy doing a review with me of Kolchak, the original movie, The Night Stalker, very 70s, very cool, very crazy, very cheesy, let me know. Drop me a DM on Twitter and I will, I'll invite you to that. So maybe next week, or it could be the week after for Halloween. This has been awesome. Great to see you all. How do we finish this? I do have the closer video ready. All that's left to say is thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video. Matane.